What's up, y'all? How y'all doing on this beautiful Friday morning? Today is another episode of Notable Prisons and the inmates that occupy them. But first, I'm going to need y'all to, get your lighters ready because we're about to see he's going to get smoked in this episode. And also, please continue to give good feedback in the comments. Let me know where you're tapping in from. Holla at me. I talk back, okay? Okay. Anyways, USP McCreary, which is a high-security USP prison in McCreary County, Kentucky, that's operated by the feds. The facility also has an adjacent minimum security satellite camp, and USP McCreary, the name comes from the surrounding Kentucky County, if you couldn't tell. You dig? And it's about 88 miles north of Knoxville, Tennessee, and 125 south of Lexington, Kentucky. So, the educational department at USP McCreary offers a wide variety of academic and vocational programs ranging from adult literacy to post-secondary studies. Through correspondence, all programs are voluntary with the exception of the GED and English as a second language classes. A representative from the education department interviews in each inmate shortly after their arrival at the institution to determine their educational needs and goals. An inmate who does not have a verifiable GED or diploma is required to attend 240 hours of GED classes. For inmates who cannot proficiently speak English, mandatory attendance in ESL classes is required until the inmate is able to pass a certification test. I took my GED test, and here's a quick funny story. I studied like a few days or whatever, and I remember when I was taking the test, right, there's this girl in there. She was fine as hell. And so I'm like, okay, I got to finish the test before I could go outside and holler at her. Well, she finishes before me, and I kid you not. I went through and I just started circling random bubbles, random stuff. I hurry up and give him the test. In my head, I'm like, whatever, I could pay the money and take another test. Went out there, got the girl's number. That ended up very phenomenal how that went. But cut to the chase, I ended up passing it. Anyways, back to the topic. So here's some notable incidents for y'all young fly players. 2 correction officers at USP McCreary were stabbed on November 8th in 2010. A prison spokesperson told the Associated Press that the officers were conducting routine cell searches when an inmate attacked them with a homemade prison knife. The officers were taken to a local hospital with what officials called serious but not life-threatening injuries to the chest, back, and shoulder. They were later released after a treatment and investigation identified the assailant, a 38-year-old James Edward Rose, an inmate with a lengthy criminal history who was serving a sentence for armed bank robbery and witness tampering. Rose was convicted of attempted murder in 2011 and sentenced to life in prison. And he is currently being held at USP Florence ADX, the federal supermax in Colorado. I did an episode on that. Y'all need to check that out. And also, on October 15, 2013, an NBC affiliate in Knoxville reported that 350 federal employees, primarily correctional officers, were working without pay during the 2013 federal government shutdown. The story quoted Don Peace, an employee at USP McCreary and president of the American Federation of Government Employees Local. There are probably 1,700 inmates behind the wall. The staff is putting their life literally on the line every time they come to work and go behind that fence. You don't know if you're going to walk out at night or not. And now they're asking us to do that for free for an IOU. This job is already stressful enough. Without all of these added things we have no control over, while the correctional officers and other prison employees worked for free. The inmates continued receiving pay for the labor during the shutdown. The shutdown ended October 17, 2013. Well, you know what? Shout out to those men and women because, they really love their job, I imagine, because, there's not much free stuff I'm going to do in the world unless I know the person or if it's something that I genuinely like doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if I worked at a warehouse job or something, I wouldn't do that for free because I don't like doing that. I would be doing that for the money. But if someone needed some videos edited or something, there's a good chance I would do that for free because I like editing videos. Anyways, first and foremost, let's get to this list. Corey Hamlet. He is the leader of the Grape Street Crips in Newark, New Jersey, and convicted of 6 homicides and 10 attempted murders. And he is currently serving a life sentence. quick question. Arsenal the Rebel, the battle rapper, he's from Newark, New Jersey. Do any of you guys have a favorite battle rapper? If you guys watch that type of stuff, let me know in the comments. Next, we have Cristobal Velez. He's responsible for the murders of Bernice and Ben Novak Jr., and he's serving a life sentence. There's also Ronell Wilson, gang leader in Staten Island, New York. He murdered NYPD detective James Newmoron and Rodney Andrews, who were conducting a sting operation to buy an illegal burner in 2003. He is serving a life sentence, and he's now at USP Florence High. Next, we have Thomas Patera, former hitman for the Bonanno crime family in New York City, convicted in 92 of murder and murder conspiracy for torturing and murdering 6 people, as well as racketeering for operating a large drug trafficking operation. Oh, so this dude was part hitman, part trap star. Look at him go. Okay, young Tommy Tom. Next, we have Ricky Munguia, who was a white supremacist convicted of civil rights violations for shooting spree targeting African Americans in Lubbock, Texas, which killed 1 man and wounded 2 others, and attempted to start a nationwide race war. His co-defendants, Eli Munguia and Roy Martin, are housed at USP Big Sandy and ADX Florence, respectively. Yeah, they definitely chipped and cooked their ass, fried them extra crispy with a sour and mild sauce. Next, we have Brent Christensen. He kidnapped, raped, and murdered a Chinese student at the University of Illinois. Oh yeah, I need everyone to get their lighters up right now. Ready, set, go. Yeah, they cooked his ass too. And he's serving a life sentence at USP Coleman. Charges like that, it could almost guarantee that he's in the scary housing unit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, that's what that is. Next, we have Tim Durham, American lawyer and financier, convicted in 2012 of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and security fraud for cheating his clients out of $200 million in a Ponzi scheme. His story was featured on the CSNBC television show American Greed, and he's serving a 50-year sentence and is scheduled for release in 2056. Damn. Well, at least he ain't got life. Next, we have Haji Baksho. He was a trapper, big boy drug trafficker, all that. And guess what? He is scheduled for release this year, 2022. Welcome home, Haji. Next, we have Russell De Freitas. He was convicted in 2010 for conspiracy to commit a terrorist act at JFK Airport. Now, you know America don't take it lightly to terrorists. Get your lighters ready. They cooked his ass with a life sentence. Next, we have Karl Mark Bors, former DEA agent convicted of money laundering, obstruction of justice, and extortion under color of official right during the investigation of the Silk Road online drug marketplace. Look at this old crafty fellow over here trying to, take some notes from Training Day. Okay, that's probably one of his favorite movies. And he was released on October 9th, 2020. Wonder what he's doing now. Next, we have John D. Ross, former underboss of the Colombo crime family and perpetrator of the 1999 Catolo murder and the 1991 Campanella attempted murder. And he's serving a life sentence, but he was transferred to FCI Cumberland. Cumberland. Next, we have this person I've always heard about, like in pop culture. Kenneth McGriff, founder of the Supreme Team, a violent gang which sold crack cocaine in Queens, New York, and he was convicted of murder in 2007, racketeering, and drug trafficking. Big boy trapper. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I remember Murder Inc., they got sued, or the feds was investigating them because it was said that he had a major influence and money into the company or something along those lines. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it's something like that. Look it up. Also, this is the dude that 50 Cent hates with a passion. Next, we have Ahmad Kalan Galani, Al-Qaeda terrorist convicted for his role in the bombing of the embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. He was on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list from its inception in 2001. In 2004, he was captured, detained by Pakistani forces in a joint operation with the United States, and was held until June 9th, 2009 at Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay. He was then sentenced to life imprisonment in the United States, sent to ADX Florence, but then they later transferred him to USP McCreary. So he's over there just McCreary in a way, and he's serving a life sentence. Cooked him. Next we have Gerald Rubalabuka. I don't think I pronounced that right. One of the 5 highest-ranking members in the Nostria Familia prison gang. He and 4 other generals were tried under the Racketeer Influence Corrupt Organizations Act and sentenced to life imprisonment for overseeing a gang that distributed cocaine, heroin, marijuana, and that good old Walter White, methamphetamine, within the prison systems. Rabolakoba was transferred into USP McCreary from ADX Florence in July 2020. Next we have Chevy Kehoe, who I've seemed to have said this name like 73 times now, who was a white supremacist convicted of charges of racketeering in aid of murder and robbery, conspiracy to connection to the kidnapping, torture, and murder of William and Nancy Mueller and their 8-year-old daughter, Sarah Powell. Co-defendant Daniel Lee Lewis was executed for the murders at the USP Terre Haute. Did I pronounce that right? On July 14th, 2020. Transferred into USP Florence High from ADX Florence in 2019 and subsequently to McCreary in December of 2020. He's serving 3 life sentences, and now he is at USP Big Sandy, the place where Kodak was at. And last but not least, we have Christopher Jaburk. He's a bank robber, kidnapper, and jail and prison escape artist. And he was featured on the FBI files. And he is serving a life sentence now at USP Allenwood. Go watch that episode. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And, drop some likes, comments, subscribes, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. Oh, yeah. I'm going to a rave this weekend. I'm going to Escape. It's about to be lit. I'll let y'all know how it goes Monday. Later, player.